Right now, you're doing something no animal on Earth does quite like you do it. You're choosing how to spend your time. You woke up this morning with a list, things to finish, places to be, messages to answer. Your day has structure, purpose, deadlines, and underneath all of it, a low hum of anxiety that you're not doing enough, not moving fast enough, not producing enough. But for 300,000 years, your ancestors woke up with none of that. No list, no calendar, no obligation that didn't come directly from staying alive. So what did they actually do all day? The answer is not what you'd expect, and it changes something fundamental about the way you think about rest, purpose, and what your mind was actually built for. Let's start with the assumption most people carry without realizing it. When people imagine ancient humans, they picture something desperate, constant movement, endless searching for food, a life so consumed by survival that there was no room for anything else. Philosophers even invented a phrase for it. Thomas Hobbes, in 1651, described primitive life as solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. It became one of the most repeated ideas in Western thought. It was almost entirely wrong. In 1966, anthropologist Marshall Sahlins presented a paper at a symposium in Chicago that reframed everything. He called hunter-gatherers the original affluent society, not because they had material wealth, but because they had something more valuable: time. Sahlins had compiled data from studies of multiple hunter-gatherer groups still living traditional lifestyles in the mid-20th century. The Kung San of the Kalahari, the Hadza of Tanzania, the Arnhem Land Aboriginal communities of Australia. What the numbers showed was startling. On average, these groups spent between 3 and 5 hours per day on subsistence activities: hunting, gathering, preparing food, maintaining tools and shelter. 3 to 5 hours. Then they stopped. Not because there was nothing left to do, but because there was enough. The rest of the day was theirs. And here is where it gets interesting, because what they did with that time tells us something profound about human nature. They rested, but not the way you rest. Modern rest is recovery. You collapse onto a couch because the day has drained you. You scroll through your phone because your brain is too exhausted to do anything requiring effort. You're resting from something. Hunter-gatherer rest was different. Anthropologists who have lived with these communities describe afternoon rest periods that look almost ritualistic. People would lie in the shade, not sleeping, not working, simply existing, watching the light move, listening to sounds, thinking without direction. The Hadza of Tanzania have a word for this kind of idle time. They do not experience it as laziness. They experience it as part of life itself. Psychologists have a term for what happens in this state: default mode network activation. When your brain is not focused on a task, a specific set of regions lights up. The medial prefrontal cortex, the posterior cingulate, the angular gyrus. This network is associated with mind-wandering, imagination, social reasoning, and self-reflection. It is the part of your brain that runs when you are doing nothing in particular. For most of human history, that network got hours of uninterrupted activation every single day. Today, most people suppress it almost constantly. The moment your mind begins to wander, you reach for your phone. The moment silence appears, you fill it. We have built an entire civilization optimized for preventing the state of mind that may have been most essential to being human. But ancient humans weren't just lying around. The afternoon hours that weren't spent resting were spent in the activity that researchers consistently identify as the defining feature of hunter-gatherer social life: talking. Not practical talk, not logistics, just conversation. Anthropologist Kim Sterelny has argued that the extended social group, the band of 20 to 50 individuals that most hunter-gatherers lived within, was itself a cognitive technology, a tool for thinking. You didn't just live with these people, you thought with them. You processed the world through them. Studies of modern hunter-gatherer groups show that social grooming, conversation, storytelling, teasing, argument, and laughter occupy enormous portions of the non-working day. Robin Dunbar at Oxford has spent decades studying the relationship between primate brain size and social group size. His conclusion is blunt: the human brain did not evolve to solve abstract problems. It evolved to manage social relationships. Our intelligence is, at its core, social intelligence. The conversations that filled ancient afternoons weren't idle chatter. They were the operating system. Then there was play. This one surprises people. We tend to think of play as something children do. something you grow out of. But in hunter-gatherer communities, play is documented across all age groups, and it is taken seriously. Games involving physical skill, throwing, tracking, balancing, competitive games with complex rules, games of imitation where younger members learned adult skills without the stakes of actual survival, music, dance, not as performance for an audience, but as participation, as group activity that synchronized bodies and emotional states. Anthropologist Victor Turner coined the term communitas to describe a state that groups enter during shared ritual, play, or ceremony.